This was the most terrible streaming night I've ever had. My God. I don't understand why out the blue things would just break to the degree that it was breaking. But I'm only I'm only gonna spend just a couple of minutes on this because oh perfect. See, even this isn't what is this button, isn't it? Let me see. No, it's this button. There we go. Wow. That's see, this is what I'm talking about. This is wild. This is it. For the love of God. Okay. Well, ironically enough, right? Because we're about to like read some Dead Sea Scroll stuff. Oh God, bro, my brain hurts now. Excuse me. It don't make any sense. Just the level of trouble I was sitting there going through. I mean, like really. I mean, let's just go ahead and let's just get started. So let me jump onto the screen over here. Um, go ahead and pull up the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? Because this would be day one. Okay. I'm going to move you guys, I guess, over here. Oh yeah, and then I also need to. Excuse me, I am so tired, man. I am also going to need to move this over. I think where I just go into filters, right? This is for my vertical people watching on the vertical screens here. I'm going to move that around like that. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So, all right. So these we're now going to go ahead and get started to the Dead Sea Scrolls. And unfortunately, I'm going to give it. We might get through like 5 pages, somewhere around there. I'm not, the goal was start off at least 10 and work our way up to 25 pages because that's the rhythm we want to get back into, like how we were doing the Bible. But unfortunately, right, I ate up on my time and I am not staying up late. So those that don't know, right, the Dead Sea Scrolls is supposed to be all of the things that were not included in the Bible. So my understanding, I'm not saying this as if like I'm like some grand expert or anything, but like there's like a bunch of these caves and stuff, right? That had all these scrolls that were discovered, and then out of said scrolls, there were stuff that were included in the Bible and stuff that wasn't. Some of it was actually chosen to be like that. Others like were, I guess, discovered after the fact, after the Bible was already kind of like put together. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So it's about 800 pages, roughly. We have that we're gonna go through. So let's go ahead. Let's get started to the very first scroll here. I can go down. Actually, we'll even read the preface just so that we can kind of get a better understanding. So let's see. So, in the spring of 1947, a young Arab shepherd climbed into a cave in the Judean desert and stumbled on the first Dead Sea Scrolls. And see, this is 1947, right? And obviously, the Bible was made well before then, or put together well before then, right? And so that's what I was saying. Like there was just these collection of caves that were discovered kind of after the fact. Um, so let's see. Stubborn climbed into a cave in the Judean desert, stumbled on the first Dead Sea Scrolls. For those of us who lived through the Qumran story from the beginning, the realization that all this happened half a century ago brings with it a melancholy feeling. The scrolls are no longer a recent discovery as we used to refer to them, but over the years they have grown in significance, and now the Golden Jubilee, that's an interesting word, of the first manuscript find calls for celebration with joy and satisfaction. Following the revolution, which liberated all the manuscripts in 1991, until that moment, a large portion of them was kept away from the public gaze. Every interested person gained free access to the entire Qumran library. I eagerly seized the chance and set out to explore the whole collection. Today, after 4.5 years of intense study, I feel confident that I can present the complete canvas of the Dead Sea Scrolls and disclose to the many interested readers the message of these ancient manuscripts about ancient Judaism and to a more limited extent about early Christianity. In its successive editions, this book has endeavored to serve a dual audience of scholars. Blah, blah, blah. Over the years, it has grown in size. It contained only 255 pages in 1962, and I trust also in its grasp of the subject. While this translation of the non-biblical scrolls does not claim to cover every fragment retrieved from the caves, it is complete in one sense. It offers in a readable form all the text sufficiently well preserved to be understandable in English. In plain words, meaningless scraps or badly damaged manuscript sections are not inflicted on the reader. Those who wish to survey text consisting only of broken lines or of single letters and half letters should turn to the official series Discoveries in the Judean Desert, in which every surviving detail is put on record. In addition to the English rendering of the Hebrew and Aramaic text found in the 11 Qumran, I have got to figure out this word, caves, 2 inscribed potsherds, God, retrieved from the Qumran site, and 2 Qumran type documents discovered in the fortress of Masada, and brief introductory notes to each text. This volume also provides an up-to-date general introduction outlining the history of 50 years of scroll research and sketching the organization, history, and religious message of the Qumran community. A scroll catalog, an essential bibliography, and an index of the Qumran text are appended to facilitate further study and research. Cool. Oh, cool. So they gave us a little map. But where is this at? So this is Jerusalem. Okay, so this is somewhere around Israel. Yeah, Israel, Egypt area is the Dead Sea. Okay. Map surrounding the area showing Qumran, Cave 3, Cave 11, Cave 1, Cave 2. These are cliffs over here in the riverbed. And all the caves are all around here in this one spot, right beside the Dead Sea. Okay, that's cool. Map 2. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and get to it. So let's start with, what is it, BC 197. Judea became a province of Seleucid Empire ruled by Syrian successor of Alexander the Great, Seleucus. 4. Beginning of Hellenistic infiltration, resisted by the Zadokite high priest. Antiochus 4. Onias deposed and replaced by his Hellenophile brother Jason. Damn, they got a Hellenophile. Okay. Jason expelled from office in favor of Menelaus. Okay, so these are actually going to contain like some historical events, it looks like. Thwarted by the Romans in his second campaign against Egypt. Persecution of those Jews who opposed the unification of the Seleucid Empire on the basis of Greek culture and religion. Official abolishing of Jewish religion and practice on the threat of death. Shoof. The temple transformed into a sanctuary of Olympian Zeus. Oh, so cool. So this is where we're getting into the Greek culture now. Okay, so this is all gonna be good. All right, we're gonna go to that introduction. Okay, that's all extra stuff. Just give me the scrolls. That's all I want. I just want the scrolls. Is this just how this is gonna start? There's no way this is just how it's gonna start. No, this is still no. Okay, this is still talking about other stuff. Okay, is the things clickable? Bro, can I just get straight to the, I don't want to read any of that. No, they're just highlighted in blue to make you think that they're links, but really they're okay. The rules, hymns and poems, calendars, historical, Bible interpretations. All right, fine. I guess we really are gonna have to just go top down on this. community rule. I'm not crazy, right? I can't be crazy. Where's the bro? What is this? What is this? Why is this designed this way? That I can't even tell like where am I even starting to try to read at? Let me go back up here. Maybe if I try to like target the whatever those like letter things are. IQS 42564. This is crazy. I'm trying to like I'm trying. Here we go. That was crazy. Okay. Discovered in Cave 1, the 11 relatively well preserved columns of this manuscript, IQS, were first published in 1951 by this person here. Important fragments of 10 other manuscripts of the rule containing a certain number of variant readings were also found in Cave 4, and 2 small fragments in Cave 5. Other citations of the community rule, especially the penal code from this, may be found in the 4Q fragments. Okay, so this is actually going to be a lot more technical. It looks like these scrolls of stuff here, because I don't think yeah, I think like there's like some like rules, commandments, and all that other stuff like kind of out like outlined in the Bible a bit, but nothing in depth like what it sounds like this is about to go to, like a whole penal code. So the latter quotes from the IQS 4, 6, and 8. Yeah. Finally, this from 16 includes a quotation from this. See also that and that. Okay. The 1Q manuscript bears the stamp of editorial magnifications. This is what I'm talking about. I'm looking for, bro, I think we wasted our time. Do we need to go find something else that actually tells us just the text? I don't want to know about just all of the, like, just the stuff about around the scroll. I'm looking for, like, the actual text. Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. The contents of 1QS may be divided into 3 main sections, but further sub-readings appear in the text itself: entry into the covenant, followed by instructions on the 2 spirits, statutes relating to the council of the community, directives addressed to the master and the master's hymn. Some of the variant readings appearing in the K4 manuscripts have been adopted. Oh, okay. So these, okay, now I'm starting to kind of get an understanding. These must be actual page designations. Ooh, so these are actually kind of like broken up quite a bit. 255, 280, 286. Okay. Because when I go here, this actually looks like it's about to give me actual like text to read. Okay, we're going to give this one more chance now. I, the master, shall teach the saints to live according to the book of the community rule, that they may seek God with a whole heart and soul, and do what is good and right. Yeah. And do what is good and right before him, as he commanded by the hand of Moses and all his servants, the prophets, that they may love all that he has chosen and hate all that he has rejected, that they may abstain from all evil. Wow. And hold fast to all good, that they may practice the things see, right? Practice truth, righteousness, and justice upon earth, and no longer stubbornly follow a sinful heart and lustful eyes, committing all manner of evil. He shall admit into the covenant of grace all those who have freely devoted themselves to the observance of God's precepts, that they may be joined to the counsel of God and may live perfectly before him in accordance with all that has been revealed concerning their appointed times, and that they may love all the sons of light, each according to his lot in God's design, and hate all the sons of darkness, each according to his guilt in God's vengeance. Let me like lower this down here so it's not leaking into my audio. I just need to be able to see it to make sure it's actually there or working. All those who freely devote themselves to his truth shall bring all their knowledge, powers, and possessions into the community of God, that they may purify their knowledge in the truth of God's precepts and order their powers according to his ways of perfection and all their possessions according to his righteous counsel. They shall not depart from any command of God concerning their times. They shall be neither early nor late for any of their appointed times. So you can't even be early, man. All those, let's keep this in mind here. All right. I'm gonna get my notes up next time, so we just write some of this down. I haven't seen anything that's just like really important, but I just wanted to just point out that this is good right here, right? They shall be neither early. All right. So that thing when you try to like you got your job 8 to 5 and they want you to be there like 7:30. No, don't do it. Show up on time. Show their up. Let's see. All those who embrace the community rule shall enter into the covenant of God, covenant before God to obey all his commandments, so that they may not abandon him during the dominion of Belial because of fear or terror or affliction. On entering the covenant, the priests and Levites shall bless the God of salvation, all his faithfulness, and all those entering the covenant shall say after them, Amen, Amen. Then the priest shall recite the favors of God manifested in his mighty deeds, and shall declare all his merciful grace to Israel. And the Levites shall recite the iniquities of the children of Israel, all their guilty rebellions and sins during the dominion of Belial. And after them, all those entering the covenant shall confess and say, We have strayed, we have disobeyed. We and our fathers before us have sinned and acted wickedly in walking counter to the precepts of truth and righteousness, and God has judged us and our fathers also. But he has bestowed his bountiful mercy on us from everlasting to everlasting, and the priests shall bless all the men of the lot of God, who walk perfectly in all his ways, saying, May he bless you with all good and preserve you from all evil. Excuse me. May he lighten your heart with life-giving wisdom and grant you eternal knowledge. May he raise his merciful face towards you for everlasting bliss. And the Levites shall curse all the men of the lot of Belial, saying, Be cursed because of all your guilty wickedness. May he deliver you up for torture at the hands of the vengeful avengers. May he visit you with destruction by the hand of all the wreakers of revenge. Be cursed without mercy because of this text here, because of blank the darkness of your deeds. Be damned in the shadow place of everlasting fire. May God not heed when you call on him, nor pardon you by blotting out your sin. May he raise his angry face towards you for vengeance. May there be no peace for you in the mouth of those who hold fast to the fathers. And after the blessing and the curse and the cursing, all those entering the covenant shall say, Amen, Amen. All the priests and Levites shall continue, saying, Cursed be the man who enters this covenant while walking among the idols of his heart, who set up before himself his stumbling block. Excuse me. The stumbling block of sin, so that he may backslide. Hearing the words of this covenant, he blesses himself in his heart and says, Peace be with me, even though I walk in the stubbornness of my heart. Whereas his spirit, parched for lack of truth and watered with lies, shall be destroyed without pardon. God's wrath and his zeal for his precepts shall consume him in everlasting destruction. All the curses of the covenant shall cling to him, and God will set him apart for evil. He shall be cut off from the midst of all the sons of light, and because he has turned aside from God on account of his idols and his stumbling block of sin, his lot shall be among those who are cursed forever. And after them, all those entering the covenant shall answer and say, Amen, Amen. Thus shall they do year by year, for as long as the dominion of Belial endures. The priests shall enter first, ranked one after another, according to the perfection of their spirit. Then the Levites, and thirdly, all the people, one after another, in their thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens, that every Israelite may know his peace in the community of God according to the everlasting design. No man shall move down from his place, nor move up from his allotted position. For according to the holy design, they shall all of them be in a community of truth and virtuous humility, of loving kindness and good intent one towards the other. And they shall all of them be sons of the everlasting company. No man shall be in the community of his truth who refuses to enter the covenant of God, so that he may walk in the stubbornness of his heart. For three, I don't, what is this? His soul detests the wise teaching of just laws. He shall not be counted among the upright, for he has not persisted in the conversion of his life. His knowledge, powers, and possessions shall not enter the council of the community, and whoever plows the mud of wickedness returns defiled. He shall not be justified by that which his stubborn heart declares lawful. For seeking the ways of light, he looks towards darkness. He shall not be reckoned among the perfect. He shall neither be purified by atonement, nor cleansed by purifying waters, nor sanctified by seas and rivers, nor washed clean with any ablution. Unclean, unclean shall he be. For as long as he despises the precepts of God, he shall receive no instruction in the community council. So let's actually look up what this word means. I have not heard this word before. Ablution. What is ablution? And then not only that, there's a lot of references to like perfection here. I wonder if that was like a no for religious heads there. The only one that can be perfect is Jesus or God. Right? Let's see. Ablution.
Ablution.
Yeah, ablution. The act of washing oneself, often used for humorously formal effect. Huh, interesting. Okay, so this is. Come on, come on. I just wanted to make you a little smaller. Ablution. Let's get back to it. For it is through the spirit of true counsel concerning the ways of man that all his sins shall be expaded. Expaded. I think it's expaded. All that he may contemplate the light of life, he shall be cleansed from all his sins by the spirit of holiness, up uniting him to his truth, and his iniquity shall be All right, fine. I'll look up the word. Let me see what's expiated. Expiated. I think it's like what expat. It's like an expat. I remember like hearing a word really similar to it. I just
Expiate.
expiate, right? Atone for guilt sins must be expiated by sacrifice. Oof. And his iniquity shall be expiated by the spirit of uprightness and humility. And when his flesh is sprinkled with purifying water and sanctified by cleansing water, it shall be made clean by the humble submission of his soul to all the precepts of God. Let him then order his steps to walk perfectly in all the ways commanded by God. Excuse me, concerning the times appointed for him, straying neither to the right nor to the left, and transgressing none of his words. And he shall be accepted by virtue of a pleasing atonement before God, and it shall be to him a covenant of the everlasting communion. The master shall instruct all the sons of light, and shall teach them the nature of all the children of men according to the kind of spirit which they possess. The signs identifying their works during their lifetime, their visitation for chastisement, and the time of their reward. For from the God of knowledge comes all that this is and shall be. Before ever they existed, he established their whole design, and when, as ordained from them, they come into being, it is in accord with his glorious design that they accomplish their task without change. The laws of all things are in his hand, and he provides them with all their needs. He has created man to govern the world, and has appointed for him two spirits in which to walk until the time of his visitation, the spirits of truth and injustice. Those born of truth spring from a fountain of light, but those born of injustice spring from a source of darkness. All the children of righteousness are ruled by the Prince of Light, and walk in the ways of light. But all the children of injustice are ruled by the angel of darkness and walk in the ways of darkness. The angel of darkness leads all the children in righteousness astray, and until his end, all their sins, iniquities, wickedness, and all their unlawful deeds are caused by his dominion in accordance with the mysteries of God. You know what's interesting about it? Because this is the first time I've seen this reference to the angel of light, angel of darkness. And if I'm not mistaken, I think, doesn't Islam have something close to that? Something similar to that about angels on the shoulder? Something? Every one of their let's see, yeah, every one of their chastisements and every one of their seasons of their distress shall be brought about by the rule of his persecution, for all his allotted spirits seek the overthrow of the sons of light. But the God of Israel and his angel of truth will succor all the sons of light. For it is he who created the spirits of light and darkness and founded every action upon them and established every deed upon their ways, and he loves the ones for everlastingly and delights in its works forever. But the counsel of the other he loathes and forever hates its ways. These are their ways in the world of the enlightenment of the heart of man, and so that all the paths of true righteousness may be made straight before him, and so that the fear of the laws of God may be instilled in his heart, a spirit of humility, patience, abundant charity, unending goodness, understanding, and intelligence, a spirit of mighty wisdom which trusts in all the deeds of God and leans on his great loving kindness, a spirit of discernment in every purpose, of zeal for just laws, of holy intent with steadfastness, of heart, of great charity towards all the sons of truth, of admirable purity, which detests all unclean idols, or humble conduct sprung from an understanding of all things, and of faithful concealment of the mysteries of truth. These are the counsels of the Spirit to the sons of truth in his world, in this world. And as for the visitation of all who walk in the Spirit, it shall be healing, great peace, and a long life and fruitfulness, together with every everlasting blessing and eternal joy in life, without end, a crown of glory and a garment of majesty and unending light. But the ways of the spirit of falsehood are these: greed and slackness in the search for righteousness. I think slackness, I think they're talking about being lazy when you're trying to, if you want to be good but being lazy about it. Wickedness and lies, haughtiness and pride, falseness and deceit, cruelty and abundant evil, ill temper and much folly and brazen insolence, abominable deeds committed in a spirit of lust, and ways of lewdness in the service of uncleanness, and blaspheming tongue, blindness of eye, and dullness of ear, stiffness of neck, and heaviness of heart, so that man walks in all the ways of darkness and guilt. Oh, that's actually pretty detailed there. Good Lord. And the visitation of all who walk in this spirit shall be a multitude of plagues by the head of all destroyed angels. Excuse me. Everlasting damnation by the avenging wrath of the fury of God, eternal torment and endless disgrace, together with shameful extinction in the fire of the dark regions. The times of all their generations shall be spent in sorrowful mourning, and in bitter misery, and in calamities of darkness, until they are destroyed without a remnant or survivor. The nature of all the children of men is ruled by these two spirits, and during their life all the hosts of men have a portion of their divisions and walk in both their ways. And the whole reward for their deeds shall be for everlasting ages, according to whether each man's portion in their two divisions is great or small. For God has established the spirits in equal measure until the final age, and has set everlasting hatred between their divisions. Truth arbors the works of injustice, and injustice hates all the ways of truth. And their struggle is fierce in all their arguments, for they do not walk together, but in the mysteries of his understanding and in his glorious wisdom. God has ordained an end for injustice, and at the time of the visitation, he will destroy it for forever. Truth, which has wallowed in the ways of wickedness during the dominion of injustice until the appointed time of the judgment, shall arise in the world forever. God will then purify every deed of man with his truth. He will refine for himself the human frame by rooting out all spirit of injustice from the bounds of his flesh. He will cleanse him of all wicked deeds with the spirit of holiness. Like purifying waters, he will shed upon him the spirit of truth to cleanse him of all abomination and injustice, and he shall be plunged into the spirit of purification, that he may instruct the upright in the knowledge of the Most High and teach the wisdom of the sons of heaven to the perfect of way. For God has chosen them for an everlasting covenant, and all of the glory of Adam shall be theirs. There shall be no more lies, and all the works of injustice shall be put to shame. Until now, the spirit of truth and injustice struggle in the hearts of men, and they walk in both wisdom and folly. According to his portion of truth, so does a man hate injustice, and according to his inheritance in the realm of injustice, so is he wicked, and so hates truth. For God has established the two spirits in equal measure until the determined end, and until the renewal, and he knows the reward of their deeds from all eternity. He has allotted them to the children of men, that they may know good and evil, and that the destiny of all the living may be according to the spirit within them at the time of the visitation. This is V. And this is the rule for the men of the community who have freely pledged themselves to be converted from all evil and to cling to all his commandments according to his will. They shall separate from the congregation of the men of injustice and shall unite with respect to the law and possessions under the authority of the sons of Zadok, the priests who keep the covenant, and of the multitude of the men of the community who hold fast to the covenant. Every decision concerning doctrine, poetry, or injustice shall be determined by them. They shall practice truth and humility and common and justice and uprightness and charity and modesty in all their ways. No man shall walk in the stubbornness of his heart, so that he strays after his heart and eyes, an evil inclination, but he shall be circumcised in the community, the foreskin of evil inclination and the stiffness of neck, that they may lay a foundation of truth for Israel, for the community of the everlasting covenant. They shall atone for all those in Aaron who have freely pledged themselves to holiness, and those in Israel who have freely pledged themselves to the house of truth, and for those who join them to live in community and to take part in the trial and judgment and condemnation of all those who transgress the precepts. On joining the community, this shall be their code of behavior with respect to all these precepts. This is a really interesting read there. I do remember that, like, what was it, circumcision, right? I believe at some point about, because circumcision was important, and then you find out that circumcision wasn't actually that serious. It was about the intent, or the desire for why you would like do those kind of things and what you're trying to adhere yourself to. But like, if you wasn't circumcised, then it wasn't necessarily a big deal. And so then I like how these like references there, then they're also using it to like once again kind of reinforce like the point of circumcision. Now, getting back to it, whoever approaches the council of the community shall enter the covenant of God in the presence of all who have freely pledged themselves. He shall undertake by a binding oath to return with all his heart and soul to every commandment of the law of Moses, in accordance with all that has been revealed of it to the sons of Zadok, the priests, keepers of the covenant, and seekers of his will, and to the multitude of the men of their covenant, who together have freely pledged themselves to his truth and to walking in the way of his delight. And he shall undertake by the covenant to separate from all the men of injustice who walk in the way of the wickedness, for they have not reckoned in his covenant. They have neither inquired nor sought after him concerning his laws, that they might know the hidden things in which they have sinfully erred, and matters revealed that they have treated with insolence. Therefore wrath shall rise up to condemn, and vengeance shall be executed by the curses of the covenant, and great chastisements of eternal destruction shall be visited on them, leaving no remnant. They shall not enter the water to partake of the pure meal of the men of holiness, for they shall not be cleansed unless they turn from their wickedness. For all who transgress his word are unclean. Likewise, no man shall consort with him in regard to his work or property, lest he be burdened with the guilt of his sin. He shall indeed keep away from him in all things, as it is written, keep away from all that is false. No member of the community shall follow them in matters of doctrine and injustice, or eat or drink anything of theirs, or take anything from them except for a price. As it is written, keep away from the man in whose nostrils is breath, for wherein is he counted. Stop right there for a second. I want how many pages was that so far? I have to look and see. I'll say we definitely read quite a few on QS, right? So we started here, and this was what? Okay, so this was page 27, 127, and we are now at 127, and we're at 136. So I guess we'll drop at 140. Yeah, we'll drop at like 140. We'll stop at 140. Yeah, and then we'll pick it up again Thursday. So let's see. For all those not reckoned in his covenant are to be set apart. Together with all that is theirs, none of the men of holiness shall lean upon works of vanity, for they are all vanity who know not his covenant. And he will blot from the world all them that despise his word. All their deeds are defilement before him, and their property unclean. But when a man enters the covenant to walk according to all these precepts, that he may be joined to the holy congregation, they shall examine his spirit in community with respect to his understanding in practice of the law, under the authority of the sons of Aaron, who have freely pledged themselves in the community to restore his covenant and to heed all the precepts commanded by him. And of the multitude of Israel who have freely pledged themselves in the community to return to his covenant, they shall inscribe them in order, one after another, according to their understanding and their deeds, that every one may obey his companion, the man of lesser rank obeying his superior, and they shall examine their spirit and deeds yearly, so that each man may be advanced in accordance with his understanding and perfection of way, or moved down in accordance with his distortions. They shall rebuke one another in truth, humility, and charity. Let no man address his companion with anger or ill temper or obduracy, or with envy prompted by this the spirit of darkness, of wickedness. Let him not take him because of his uncircumcised heart, but let him rebuke him on the very same day, lest he incur guilt because of him. And furthermore, let no man accuse his companion before the congregation without having admonished him in the presence of witnesses. These are the ways in which all of them shall walk, each man with his companion, wherever they dwell. The man of lesser rank shall obey the greater in matters of work and money. They shall eat in common and bless in common and deliberate in common. Wherever there are 10 men, oh my God, excuse me. Wherever there are 10 men of the council of the community, there shall not lack a priest among them. And they shall all sit before him according to their rank, and shall be asked their counsel in all things in that order. And when the table has been prepared for eating and the new wine for drinking, the priest shall be the first to stretch out his hand to bless the first fruits of the bread and new wine. And where the 10 are, there shall never lack a man among them who shall study the law continually day and night concerning the right conduct of a man with his companion. And the congregation shall watch in community for a third of every night of the year to read the book and to study the law and to bless together. This is the rule for an assembly of the congregation. Each man shall sit in his place. The priest shall sit first, and the elders second, and all the rest of the people according to their rank, and thus shall they be questioned concerning the law and concerning any counsel of matter coming before the congregation, each man bringing his knowledge to the council of the community. No man shall interrupt a companion before his speech has ended, nor speak before a man of higher rank. Each man shall speak in his turn, and in an assembly of the congregation no man shall speak without the consent of the congregation, nor indeed of the guardian of the congregation. Should any man wish to speak to the congregation, yet not be in a position to question the council of the community, let him rise to his feet and say, I have something to say to the congregation. If they command him to speak, he shall speak. Every man born of Israel who freely pledges himself to join the council of the community shall be examined by the guardian at the head of the congregation concerning his understanding and his deeds. If he is fitted to the discipline, and he shall admit him into the covenant, that he may be converted to the truth and depart from all injustice. And he shall instruct him in all the rules of the community. And later, when he comes to stand before the congregation, they shall all deliberate his case. And according to the decision of the council of the congregation, he shall either enter or depart. After he has entered the council of the community, he shall not touch the pure meal of the congregation until 1 full year is completed, and until he has been examined concerning his spirit and deeds, nor shall he have any share of the property of the congregation. Cool. So you get a 1 year like trial period where you got to prove yourself. That's interesting. Then when he has completed 1 year within the community, the congregation shall deliberate his case with regard to his understanding and observance of the law, and if it be his destiny, according to the judgment of the priests and the multitude of the men of their covenant, to enter the company of the community, his property and earnings shall be handed over to the bursar of the congregation, who shall register it to his account and shall not spend it for the congregation. He shall not touch to the drink of the congregation until he has completed a 2nd year among the men of the community. But when the 2nd year has passed, he shall be examined, and if it be his destiny, according to the judgment of the congregation, to enter the community, then he shall be inscribed among his brethren in the order of his rank for the law. And for justice and for pure meal, his property shall be merged, and he shall offer his counsel and judgment to the community. These are the rules by which they shall judge at a community court of inquiry according to the cases. If one of them has lied deliberately in matters of property, he shall be excluded from the pure meal of the congregation for 1 year, and shall do penance with respect to 1/4 of his food. Whew, geez, 25% of your food gone. Whoever has answered his companion with obstinacy? What does this word even mean? What is this word? Here, look. I'm gonna just bring Firefox here because Firefox is easier. Excuse me. The quality or condition of being obstinate, stubbornness. Okay, so stubbornness. Okay. Whoever has answered his companion with, I was about to say stubbornness, or has addressed him impatiently, going so far as to take no account of the dignity of his fellow by disobeying the order of a brother inscribed before him, he has taken the law into his own hand. Therefore he shall do penance for 1 year and shall be excluded. If any man has uttered the most venerable name, even though frivolously or as a result of shock, or for any other reason whatever, while reading the book or blessing, he shall be dismissed and shall return to the council of community no more. If he has spoken in anger against one of the priests inscribed in the book, he shall do penance for 1 year and shall be excluded for his soul's sake from the pure meal of the congregation. But if he has spoken unwittingly, he shall do penance for 6 months. Okay, so like if he did it by mistake, well, not necessarily by mistake, but out of ignorance or something, I guess like your punishments can be lessened. Whoever has deliberately lied shall do penance for 6 months. Whoever has deliberately insulted his companion unjustly shall do penance for 1 year and shall be excluded. Whoever has deliberately deceived his companion by word or by deed shall do penance for 6 months. If he has failed to care for his companion, he shall do penance for 3 months. But if he has failed to care for the property of the community, thereby causing its loss, he shall restore it in full, and if he be unable to restore it, he shall do penance for 60 days. Let me read this one more time. If he has failed to care for his companion, and he shall do penance for 3 months. But if he has failed to care for the property of the community, thereby causing its loss, he shall restore it in full. Okay, so like there's no timetable or anything for that, right? Like that's like until it's like back. And if he be unable to restore it, he shall do penance for 60 days. And then it's interesting. Okay, now I kind of get it. All right. So whoever has borne malice against his companion unjustly shall do penance for 6 months, 1 year. And likewise, whoever has taken revenge in any manner, whatever. Whoever has spoken foolishly, 3 months. Whoever has interrupted his companion while is speaking, 10 days. Oh my gosh. Whoever has lain down to sleep during an assembly of the congregation, 30 days. Dang, if you go to sleep, you can't even be tired and be like, look, I'm tired, man. I was up all night. I gotta sleep. 30 days. And likewise, whoever has left without reason an assembly or congregation as many as 3 times during one assembly shall do penance for 10 days. But if he has departed while they were standing, he shall do penance for 30 days. Whoever has gone naked before his companion without having been obliged to do so shall do penance for 6 months. This is interesting, right? This actually tracks a lot with like some of the laws and stuff. You catch in society, right? Because I'm assuming this is like nudity or just showing yourself. So like the stuff they got going on like over there, like what is it, the California, like one of those festivals in California, and you just got people naked everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but you know what I mean, like stuff like that would be like heavily frowned upon. Whoever has spat in an assembly of the congregation shall do penance for 30 days. Spat. Are they referring to spitting? Or whoever has been so poorly dressed that when drawing his hand from beneath his garment, his nakedness has been seen, he shall do penance for 30 days. Okay, whoever has guffawed. What in the world is this? What is this? What guffawed? How do you even pronounce that?
Guffaw.
Guffaw. Okay, yeah, exactly how it sounds. Laugh in a loud and boisterous way. Whoever's guffawed foolishly shall do penance for 30 days. Whoever has drawn out his hand to gesticulate with it. Okay, let me. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Gesticulate, bro. Now that's a word I'm about to commit to memory. What does that even mean? To make movements with your hands or arms to express something or to emphasize what you are saying. Gesticulate wildly. There was a man outside the window gesticulating wildly. What is that? So I guess to make movements with your hands or arms to express something or emphasize what you're doing. I guess is kind of. I don't even know how you even like. So I was working out. My arms hurt, and I don't even know how you'd even like look like. I guess you just like flailing like wildly, or just, or like like yeah, like when people be upset and stuff, and they point or they do this and they do that, or yeah. I guess it's something like that. I suppose. Damn, 10 days. Sheesh. Whoever has gone about slandering his companion shall be excluded from the pure meal of the congregation for 1 year and shall do penance. But whoever has slandered the congregation shall be expelled from among them and shall return no more. Whoever has murmured against the authority of the community shall be expelled and shall not return. But if he has murmured against his companion unjustly, he shall do penance for 6 months. Should a man return whose spirit has so trembled before the authority of the community that he has betrayed the truth and walked in the stubbornness of his heart, he shall do penance for 2 years. Sheesh. During the first year he shall not touch the pure meal of the congregation. During the second year he shall not touch the drink of the congregation, and shall sit below all the men of the community. Dang. So like for the first year you can't get food or water. And then after the second year, and then during the second year, you can get the food, but you can't get the water. I wonder if they had biscuits back then. That sounds terrible. Especially Popeye's biscuits. My God. And let's see here. So then when his 2 years are completed, the congregation shall consider his case, and if he is admitted, he shall be inscribed in his rank, and may then question concerning the law. If after being in the council of the community for 10 full years, the spirit of any man has failed, so that he has betrayed the community and departed from the congregation to walk in the stubbornness of his heart, he shall return no more to the council of the community. Moreover, if any member of the community has shared with him his food or property, which of the congregation, his sentence shall be the same. He shall be expelled. Whew, man, they was knocking people, it was getting people out of here. In the council of the community there shall be 12 men and 3 priests, perfectly versed in all that is revealed of the law, whose works shall be truthful, righteousness, justice, loving kindness, and humility. They shall preserve the faith in the land with steadfastness and meekness, and shall atone for sin by the practice of justice and by suffering the sorrows of affliction. They shall walk with all men according to the standard of truth and the rule of the time. When these are in Israel, the council of the community shall be established in truth. It shall be an everlasting plantation, a house of the holiness for Israel, an assembly of supreme holiness for Aaron. They shall be witnesses to the truth at the judgment, and shall be the elect of goodwill, who shall atone for the land and pay to the wicked their reward. It shall be that tried wall, that precious cornerstone, whose foundation shall neither rock nor sway in their place. It shall be a most holy dwelling for Aaron, with everlasting knowledge of the covenant of justice, and shall offer up sweet fragrance. It shall be a house of perfection and truth in Israel, that they may establish a covenant according to the everlasting precepts. And they shall be an agreeable offering, atoning for the land and determining the judgment of wickedness. And there shall be no more iniquity. When they have been confirmed for 2 years in perfection of way in the foundation of the community, they shall be set. Let me see, where was I? I can't remember. They shall be set apart as holy within the council of the men of the community, and the interpreter shall not conceal from them, out of fear of the spirit of apostasy, any of those things hidden from Israel which have been discovered by him. And when these become members of the community in Israel, according to all these rules, they shall separate from the habitation of unjust men, and shall go into the wilderness to prepare there the way of him, as it is written, prepare in the wilderness the way of blank, make straight in the desert a path of our God. This path is the study of the law which he commanded by the hand of Moses, that they may do according to all that has been revealed from age to age, and as the prophets have revealed by his Holy Spirit. And no man among the members of the covenant of the community who deliberately or at any point whatever turns aside from all that is commanded shall touch the pure meal of the men of holiness, or know anything of their counsel, until his deeds are purified from all injustice, and he walks in perfection of way. And then, according to the judgment of the congregation, he shall be admitted to the council and shall be inscribed in his rank. This rule shall apply to whoever enters the community. So this is where I'm going to stop at. And what I'm going to need to do is, because this is so different from the Bible, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get my citations and writings. I'm going to have to catch the PDF page number, sure, but so maybe for now I'll do like a separate page. I'm like creating a note thing on my phone real fast, because we're gonna stop right here. I'm gonna title this the Dead Sea Scrolls here. Dead Sea Scrolls. Don't need it in all caps. And man, why is it playing with me right now? Okay. And so for now, I'm gonna just put down, it's like what? This is page 141 of the this is page 141. But I think the best way I'm gonna have to like try and cite this. I can't really think of any other way. And it's man. Preferably, I would like to do it because I see like these sections are like numberized or have like these weird number designations and stuff. Like I can use that as a citation and stuff. Which is what I'm going to want to do. I'm gonna just have to just like cite like that section or that thing in its entirety, and I guess suppose I suppose after that, then just like quote it directly, because I'm not about to sit there and try to like write down the page number. Well, mm, actually, I can actually get the specific page. I suppose. I'm glad I did that because I don't know how I just lost the page. Oh wait, is this showing me that there was more written here? Let me see this real quick. Hmm. Okay, no, this is just actually just going into it. I had to, 'cause I thought I was messing up for 1 second. I'm glad I wrote the page number down anyway because, see, would have lost it. But I think what I could do is if I could write down the section and then the page number it started at, and then that way when I'm picking a quote, I could then I could then like probably annotate the page that I am at getting the quote from, and then like just do some like quick math to just say this is like 4Q258 page 6, right? I guess would probably be the closest way I'm gonna get that. Um yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So for now, I'm gonna just say page 141 at bolded section, right? Because that's where I stopped at, and then I'll like clean that up or that theory up, and yeah, and that'll be how I'll cite this. But okay, this wasn't a bad like first go at it. This was like uh, trying to get started, bro. I lost like almost 2 hours. I literally lost almost 2 hours troubleshooting. I had the very strangest issue with my streaming where like some of the stuff was streaming, but like there was like some weird conflict with YouTube where YouTube was where the stream was like it was like two separate streams going to like the same YouTube key for some reason. Is what I hypothesized. I don't even know that was for sure, but I had to nuke everything and reestablish everything to eventually get it working after I've kind of like put two to two together. And that was just me just like stretching some hypothesis. So I'm glad that I was able to like come to a conclusion where it actually worked. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna kill it here. So this will be the start of our official streaming schedule. So Thursdays and Sundays is going to be readings, right? Because we're going to be like reading all these religious texts. Once we're done with the Dead Sea Scrolls, we'll be doing the Quran, and then what? Right? Then Friday, Saturday be all politics. I once I get that rhythm going, I'ma try and like also stream like during the week as well. My only thing is just there's some back end stuff I want to try and like get squared away first before I start overwhelming myself with doing like daily streams. Just because my my backlog of stuff to do is getting a bit too large, and I got to work some of it down. So with that being said, I promise this will get better, this will get smoother and easier, and I am really looking forward to reading uh and writing down like whatever notes I can get out of the Dead Sea Scrolls, because I think it'll be an interesting read after having had read the entire Bible. And then after that, then we'll get into the Quran, and yeah, and then go from there, and figure out what we're going to do from that, now that once we have all of the religious text knowledge that we would have personally been reading. So with that being said, let me actually put my vertical guys stream position back. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. I'm not gonna do no transition out or anything like that. I'm just gonna just go straight to the end screen and kill it. I appreciate anybody that might have been tuning in. Like I said, I promise we'll be better. We'll do better. And yeah, just join me next time. Said Thursday night. We'll get right back to this and continue reading. So you guys take care.